Jeffrey Willis, for the second time, convicted of murder. He's already serving life in prison for murdering Rebecca Bletch. He now faces another mandatory life sentence for Jessica Heeringa's murder.
Tonight, we bring you live team coverage again from the courtroom. We did it at 7 o'clock, moments after the verdict, and that coverage continues again tonight, starting with 24-Hour News 8's Heather Walker, and a look at the key evidence that convinced this jury to convict. Heather.
Yeah, there was a lot of it. There was a visible reaction in that courtroom when that verdict was read. There were hugs and tears, but only a brief drop of his head from Jeffrey Willis, who is already serving a life sentence.
Guilty of first-degree murder.
Before quietly leaving the courtroom, Jeffrey Willis thanked his lawyer. He did not take the stand, but he did create a list of questions that he asked his lawyer to read, despite his lawyer advising him against it. His defense fought until the end.
Ladies and gentlemen, lights off, lights on.
Offering alternative answers to what happened.
She leaves everything behind because you can trace her with everything that's in that person. You can trace her with her ID. You can trace her with her debit cards. You can trace her with her cell phone. She doesn't want to be found. She leaves the money for the same reason. If she doesn't steal from them, why would they look for her? This is the guy she saw that night. Clean shaven. And whether or not she agrees with anything else, one of the things she clearly agrees with, he parts his hair right down the middle. The next time Mr. Hilson shows you that mugshot of my client, check out where his hair is parted.
But it didn't work. There was too much evidence, even though it was only circumstantial.
Part of this list is a checklist so the defendant knows and remembers to collect the things that he needs to collect in order to make sure that his identity and her whereabouts are unknown. In fact, as part of this list, we talk about gas can and matches. What better thing to do than to burn the evidence?
A list found in the trash at Willis's grandfather's home on Bailey.
He created, as part of his overall fantasy, the perfect torture safe house.
The silver minivan caught on surveillance, the locked toolboxes inside with a gun, the cover to a gun sight found at the back of the gas station, and a blood stain from Jessica Heeringa next to it. Scratches on Willis's face and arms after Heeringa went missing, a VIX file with a subfolder that had Jessica's name and her pictures in it. And finally, changing his passwords to JLH42713.
Everybody knew that on April 26, 2013, Jessica Heeringa went missing. But there's only one person who knows when she died, and that is the killer.
Now, Heather, you were there from the start to the finish of this case, watching everything play out in court. Was there a moment when you said, there it is, the prosecution just locked in a verdict?
In my opinion, I think there were two moments, and the one big one was when the gun dealer, he showed the gun and he showed the laser sight, and the top of that laser sight that was broken, but that was found at the back of the Exxon gas station next to Heeringa's DNA blood, and it fit. And that's when the jury leaned forward and was like, oh.
Right.
And then, of course, that last part that DJ talked about, that information that we broke with our Jeffrey Willis interview, the changing multiple passwords to JLH427 the day after she disappeared.
Right.
2013. And one of the experts testified that all of your passwords, which we could all relate to, is something that you have to remember. And if you killed her on that day, obviously you're going to remember that day.
Too much there to be able to explain away in any manner.
Yep, way too much.
Heather, thank you. For those involved, today's verdict, 5 years in the making.
Barton Dieters was in court today and caught up with the key players following the verdict. Barton.
Well, the verdict did come quickly, a surprise to many for a case this complex. But the speed of the verdict apparently did not lessen its impact.
I've never had a case like this. I don't think there's been many cases like this.
Fred Johnson is the head of the Muskegon County Office of the Defender, who worked to convince a jury that the prosecution had failed, not only to show that his client murdered Jessica Heeringa, but that they had failed to show she was even dead.
You dealt with circumstantial evidence before, but it was just the sheer quantity of it. It just kept coming and coming and coming in, and ultimately the jurors were convinced.
Unlike his last conviction for the 2014 murder of Rebecca Bletch, Willis did not take the stand in his own defense.
We didn't want to repeat a strategy that wasn't effective, clearly.
The jury heard about his previous murder conviction, allegations he tried to abduct a teen, and unsavory details about Willis, including his collection of violent porn, often including children.
Are you worried that this jury may have convicted Jeffrey Willis because of who he was, not because of what he did?
Ultimately, that issue is with them. Is within their conscience. They told me they didn't, and I have no reason to believe that that's not the case.
The Heeringa family did not attend the trial, convinced she's still alive. But Rebecca Bletch's family was here to see Willis convicted a second time.
I needed this closure. I think we all needed this closure. It's a Willis thing for us. You know, I know it's a Heeringa trial, but it's a Willis thing.
Lead Detective Michael Kasher has lived and breathed this investigation for 5 years.
You know, you're being second guessed and you're criticized, and after a while, you want to make sure you're doing the right thing. And when this verdict came down, you felt that you did the right thing.
But the job is not done.
You feel still half empty. You don't have the whole investigation done. She's still missing, and right now we're still in the process of looking for her.
Cashin became intimately knowledgeable of Jessica Heeringa's life and even her thoughts from her journal that was part of the evidence presented.
For me, Jessica Heeringa has a right to be heard in court. She has a voice, and we were her voice. I think when the jury agreed with us, it was a victory for her.
Now, prosecutor D.J. Helson, he left immediately after the verdict, anxious to spend some time with his family after the rigors of this long ordeal. But I did recently receive a text from him where he said no decision's been made whether Jeffrey Willis will be tried again for the alleged abduction of the 16-year-old back in 2016. Now, we did reach out to the Heeringa family but received no response. They are, however, by law, allowed to make a statement at the sentencing next month. Live in Muskegon, Barton Dieters, 24-Hour News 8.
All right, Barton, thank you for that live report. And Jeffrey Willis is now back at Bellamy Creek Prison in Ionia. He'll stay there until that sentencing in this case, June 12th.
The last time he was sentenced for killing Rebecca Bletch, this happened. He asked to leave court and then blew a kiss on the way out. State lawmakers responded to that gesture last week. Just this week, I should say, they passed a bill that would require defendants to stay in the courtroom when a victim's family delivers those impact statements. Governor Snyder has not signed the bill into law yet. It's unclear whether it'll be on the books before Willis is sentenced for Heeringa's case.
And of course, we will be there for that sentencing next month and continue to get reaction from those involved in this case. You can see all of our coverage from this case on woodtv.com.